Last year, I made perhaps the best decision for my personal CS growth. I joined a team. Now, this team wasn't anything special, and we weren't even that good, but what it did for me cannot be understated. I learned more about CS in this short year than I have in all other years combined. I've been playing Counter-Strike casually since 2015. I would hop on for a week every couple of months just to mess around with friends, and I was pretty trash, obviously. But around the time of the Paris Major, when CS2 was announced, I decided to start grinding and taking the game more seriously. During my quest for improvement, I came across CS leagues and thought they seemed fun and decided to try one out. The league I ended up joining is called CSC. It's an all-skills league for NA players, and I was originally ranked pretty low in a division called Prospect. Even though all of us sucked, the first thing I noticed was how much better everyone was at coordination and playing off of each other. Unlike matchmaking, you could actually rely on your teammates to watch your back, throw useful grenades, do boosts, and work towards a common goal. People actually wanted to play together and weren't just tolerating each other for however long a match lasted. That's not to say there were never any struggles or disagreements. People are always going to make mistakes, miss shots, or just have different ideas on how to play in a given situation. The difference between playing on a team and playing with randos and pugs was that we actually tried to fix our mistakes together and understand each other's philosophies through demo reviews and conversations rather than just lighting each other up on the mic right after somebody failed a clutch. One thing we noticed and discussed early on was that we felt like we weren't playing together, but rather kind of just wandering around the map and doing our own thing. While this works in pugs, it made it quite difficult for us to win rounds against coordinated teams. So to fix this, we started implementing two-man plays and protocols. Very simple things, like having a teammate flash for you and peeking off it for info, yielded great results and are easy enough to do that I've been able to replicate them in games with randos. Protocols are a little bit more advanced, so we try to keep it as basic as possible, just defining what our T defaults and executes were going to look like, and a couple of aggro plays for CT. One of the biggest changes I had to adapt to was learning to play with an IGL. In pugs, the most you can really expect is someone on your team saying, "Hey, let's end B this round," or maybe, "I gotta pick con, let's push mid to A." On a team, you may have to give up more of your individual autonomy depending on your IGL. Some may be very loose, leaving the majority of the actions up to their players, while others may want more control and try to move their players around the map like pieces on a chessboard. Neither style is right or wrong, but it can be frustrating to play with an IGL whose style you disagree with. Finding an IGL whose system you like and can buy into is perhaps the most important decision you can make on any team. I was often the second caller for my team and had to be the main IGL once, and let me tell you, it is very hard to be both an effective caller while still focusing on your crosshair. I find myself as more of a micromanaging IGL, trying to set up fakes across the map or using timings to set up my teammates, but that style didn't fit my team and only led to disaster. We got stomped and I played horribly. It was a huge wake-up call and made me learn that not everyone sees the game the same way, and I was more than happy to relinquish my duties when our main IGL came back. This learning experience, however, made me more effective at my main role, which was opping. Opping on a team is a little bit different than pugs. You're the focal point of the defense, and moving around and staying unpredictable is the most important thing. An opper is typically given more freedom than other roles in the team, and is often allowed to overrule the IGL and call their own plays. Calls I would like to make were mostly spawn-based. For example, if I had a great B spawn on Anubis, I would call out that I was going to peek E-box at the beginning of the round, and then our defense would adjust accordingly. It's always good to have great aim, but oftentimes just being a smarter player will net you more kills with the op. Playing on a team, while mostly fun, also had its own unique set of problems. Gameplay wise, there was more saving, as you're trying to min-max your win percentage, so going for those crazy 1v4 clutches just isn't justified. Toxicity between teammates isn't something you generally have to worry about, but you do have to worry about the business. In the league I played in, there was a draft, contracts, and preseason and midseason cuts. Cutting people is easily the hardest and worst decision we had to make. Everyone wants to make the team and work together, but unfortunately, there's only 5 spots to a team, and you may have to cut a player who you know is good, but for one reason or another, like scheduling conflicts or role clashes, just isn't able to join. And lastly, it is a huge time sink if you want to be good. Most teams are going to expect their players to stay up to date on metas and constantly be learning new nades and tricks, or just be willing to practice and demo review a couple of times per week. Obviously, this is going to vary depending on the league and the skill level of the team, but it's something to expect. Overall, playing on a proper CS team was amazing and something I'm definitely going to do again. I highly recommend everybody to join a league or a team. The experience is just so much more enjoyable than pugs, and you can improve your gameplay significantly faster. There's leagues in almost all regions and for all skill levels, and I'll put some of them down in the description. I'll also include a link to my second channel, which has full-length gameplay from some of my team's matches, so check that out if you're interested. If y'all could also leave a like and subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. I do post CS2 content every Friday, so check out my other videos. Thanks for watching, and peace.